The lights went out. The crowd erupted. And when they came back on, professional wrestling would never be the same again. What Seth Rollins did on Monday Night Raw wasn't just an attack. It was a declaration of war that's about to tear the entire WWE universe apart. You need to see this. What's up, SLAMZONE family? If you're watching this right now, you already know something absolutely insane went down on Raw. But trust me when I tell you, nothing, and I mean nothing, could have prepared us for what Seth Rollins had planned. This wasn't a match. This wasn't a promo. This was an invasion. This was chaos in its purest form. And before we dive into every single jaw-dropping second of this madness, I need you to do me a favor. If you've been watching this channel, if you love the breakdowns, the passion, the real talk about what happens inside that squared circle, hit that subscribe button right now. Join the SLAMZONE family. Because nights like this is what we live for. Ring that notification bell so you never miss a moment when wrestling history gets made. Now let's get into this. The arena was electric. You could feel it through the screen. Monday Night Raw had been building all night, match after match, but there was this tension in the air. Something felt different. Something felt. The crowd was restless, loud, anticipating something but not knowing what. And then Seth Rollins' music hit. That familiar sound that signaled revolution, that signaled betrayal, that signaled evolution in this business. And the architect walked out onto that stage with a look in his eyes that sent chills down your spine. But he wasn't alone. Behind him, shadows moved. Figures dressed head to toe in black. Masks covering their faces. No logos. No identification. Just pure, calculated intimidation. 5 of them. 6, 7. The camera tried to count, but they kept coming. Rollins stood at the top of the ramp with his arms spread wide, that devilish smile creeping across his face, and the crowd. The crowd didn't know whether to cheer or panic. You could hear the confusion, the shock, the what is happening right now energy that only comes when something truly unpredictable unfolds. Seth grabbed a microphone. His hand was steady, but you could see it. That fire in his eyes, that intensity that's made him one of the most dangerous men in WWE history. He looked into the camera, looked at every single person in that arena, and his first words were simple but chilling. You wanted change? You wanted revolution? Well, here it is. And then all hell broke loose. The masked men stormed the ring. Not running, marching. With purpose. With intent. And security tried to stop them. They really did. But these weren't ordinary attackers. These were trained. Coordinated. Every move was calculated. A security guard went down with a devastating clothesline. Another hit the barricade hard from a tackle that looked like it came from a linebacker. The crowd was on their feet. Some were booing. Some were cheering the chaos. Everyone was in disbelief. Rollins walked slowly, confidently down that ramp as his masked army cleared the path. He rolled into the ring and stood in the center, microphone still in hand, watching his orchestration unfold with the pride of a maestro conducting a symphony of destruction. The commentary team was screaming. Michael Cole's voice cracking with genuine shock. You could feel the panic, the uncertainty. This wasn't scripted brawling. This felt real. This felt dangerous. And then the first superstar came out to fight back. Drew McIntyre. The Scottish warrior charging down the ramp with fury in his eyes, trying to even the odds, swinging at anything in a mask. He dropped 2 of them immediately with that devastating Claymore kick we've seen end careers. The crowd exploded. Finally a hero. Finally someone fighting back. But the numbers game was too much. They swarmed him. Fists flying from every direction. Drew tried to fight them off, throwing haymakers, roaring with that warrior spirit, but one man against an army? Even a warrior falls. They beat him down to the mat. Vicious stomps. Calculated strikes. And Rollins? Rollins just watched. He stood there with that sick smile, tilting his head, admiring the chaos he'd created. You wanted to reach through the screen and stop it. The emotion was real. The anger was real. And when Drew finally stopped moving, when they'd taken out one of Raw's toughest competitors, the masked men stepped back and formed a circle around Seth Rollins like soldiers protecting their general. More superstars came running. Damian Priest, Finn Balor. The locker room was emptying, trying to restore order, but every single one of them met the same fate. The masked army was too organized, too ruthless. Bodies were scattered around ringside. Officials were calling for help. EMTs were rushing down the ramp. And through it all, Seth Rollins stood tall in the center of the ring, untouched, unmoved, the architect of absolute anarchy. The camera zoomed in on his face, sweat dripping, eyes wild with adrenaline, and he raised the microphone one more time. The arena went quiet. Everyone waiting for an explanation, waiting for the why. And Seth, breathing heavy, delivered these words with bone-chilling conviction. I told you all I'd burn it down. I told you I'd rebuild it in my image. This is just the beginning. Every single person in that locker room, every champion, every legend, you're all on notice. The architect has returned, and I've brought my vision to life. Listen, if you're still watching this, if your heart is racing like mine was when this went down, do me a solid right now. Smash that like button. Let me know in the comments what you think Seth's endgame is. Who are these masked men? What does this mean for WrestleMania? Subscribe to SLAMZONE and join this family because we're breaking down every twist, every turn, every jaw-dropping moment every single week. Now let's talk about what this all means. This wasn't just an attack. This was a message. Seth Rollins has always been the man who sees 3 steps ahead. When he was with the Shield, he was the architect of their dominance. When he turned on his brothers, he became WWE champion. When he became the Monday Night Messiah, he built a cult following. But this feels different. This feels personal. This feels like a man who's watched the landscape of WWE change around him, watched new faces rise, watched old enemies return, and decided enough was enough. Think about it. Seth's been on a journey. He's been the hero, the villain, the champion, the underdog. He's had his back broken. He's fought through injuries that would end careers. He's given everything to this business. And maybe, just maybe, he feels like the business hasn't given enough back. Maybe he's tired of playing by the rules. Maybe he looked around and realized the only way to control his destiny was to burn down the establishment and rebuild it from scratch. The emotion in his eyes told the story. This wasn't a calculated heel turn for cheap heat. This was rage, frustration, desperation. The desperation of a man who refuses to be forgotten, who refuses to fade into the background while others take the spotlight. And those masked men? They represent something bigger. They represent everyone who's felt overlooked. Everyone who's felt like the system was rigged against them. Seth didn't just recruit soldiers, he recruited believers. And the WWE Universe? We're left with nothing but questions. Who are these men? Are they new recruits? Former superstars under the masks? Wrestlers from other promotions Seth's brought in? The speculation is going to be insane. And that's exactly what makes this brilliant. That's exactly what makes this the kind of storytelling that keeps you coming back week after week, desperate to see what happens next. SLAMZONE family, Monday Night Raw just changed forever. Seth Rollins didn't just make a statement, he started a war. And we're going to be here every single step of the way, breaking it down, analyzing every move, living this story with you. So one more time, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, drop a like if this breakdown got you hyped, and comment below with your predictions. Who's under those masks? What's Seth's endgame? Where does this end? I'll see you in the next one. Until then, keep slamming, keep watching, and remember, this is where legends are made and legends are broken. SLAMZONE out.